All right, today we're diving into a really cool concept in Saju, which is Korean astrology. It's called Daewoon. And honestly, it's one of the most fascinating ways to look at the different rhythms and, well, the seasons of your entire life.
You know that feeling, right? Some years, it feels like you're just surfing this massive wave. Everything is going your way. And then other years, it feels like you're swimming upstream against the current. It's easy to think it's all just random chaos, but what if it's not? What if there's actually a predictable pattern to all of it?
Well, in Saju, that's exactly what Daewoon is. It's your 10-year weather forecast. And look, we're not talking about predicting some random one-off event. It's much bigger than that. It's about understanding the entire environment, the whole vibe, the season that you're going to be operating in for a whole decade.
And this is where we have to clear up the biggest misunderstanding right off the bat. So many people hear Daewoon, and they immediately think great luck. You know, like, oh, my Daewoon is coming, I'm going to win the lottery. But that's totally a mistranslation. The real meaning is actually so much more interesting and way more useful. It's not great luck, it's great cycle.
Yeah, the key is right there in the word. The day character here doesn't mean great, like amazing. It means great as in large or long, referring to the duration. So think of it as a 10-year unit of time. It's about the huge chapters of your life, not just some lucky moment.
Okay, to really get this, let's use a metaphor. It's super simple, but it works perfectly. Just picture your entire life as one big, long road trip.
So, in this road trip, your Saju chart, your 4 pillars, that's the car you were born with. It's your vehicle. Maybe it's a sleek sports car, built for speed. Or maybe it's a rugged, all-terrain SUV. It's got its own engine, its own strengths, its own quirks. That's your base potential, the equipment you start with.
Okay, so you've got your car, the Daewoon. That's the road you're driving on for the next 10 years. Is it a perfect, smooth highway where you can just cruise? Or is it a bumpy, gravel road full of potholes? You can see how the road itself totally changes how your car is going to perform.
And it's not just the road. It's also the weather you're driving through. Think about it. Are you driving in bright sunshine for this 10-year period? Or are you navigating through a foggy, icy blizzard? I mean, even the best Ferrari is going to struggle in a snowstorm. So just remember that combo. Your chart is the car, Daewoon is the road, and the weather.
So you're probably thinking, okay, that's a cool idea, but where does this roadmap come from? Well, it's not just pulled out of thin air. It's calculated directly from your birth chart. Let's peel back the curtain a little and see how it works.
The starting point for your entire Daewoon cycle is your month pillar. Now, in your Saju chart, this pillar is a big deal. It represents the season you were born into, which is this huge environmental influence on who you are. So your Daewoon is basically that birth season just stretched out and continuing to unfold over your whole life.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Your life seasons can either move forward in time, like you'd expect, or they can actually go backward. And which way they go all comes down to 2 simple things. First, whether your birth year is yang or yin, and second, your gender. That's it. Those 2 factors set the direction for your whole life's journey.
So here's how the rule breaks down. If you're a guy born in a yang year or a woman born in a yin year, your cycle moves forward. Easy enough. But if you're a guy born in a yin year or a woman born in a yang year, your cycle actually moves backward through the seasons. It's this twist that makes everyone's life path so incredibly unique.
All right, let's zoom out and look at the big picture now. We can actually map out a whole lifetime using these massive 30-year seasonal blocks.
So if you think about it, a whole life kind of follows the same pattern as the seasons in nature. We have these big 30-year chunks of time, they're called bang, and each one is dominated by the energy of spring, summer, autumn, or winter. Your own personal Daewoon tells you exactly which of these big seasons you're driving through.
And each of these seasons has its own distinct flavor, its own purpose. Spring, the wood energy, is all about growth, starting new things, education, planting the seeds. Then you hit summer, the fire season, and it's all about expansion, passion, being out there in the world. Autumn, with its metal energy, is for the harvest, right? It's about seeing results and bringing order to things. And finally, winter, the water season, is a time for rest, for deep wisdom, and for preparing for the next cycle.
Okay, so knowing all this stuff is cool, but it's not just trivia. This is all about strategy. It's about aligning your actions with the season you're in. It's about knowing the right move at the right time.
And to do that, to navigate these seasons like a pro, we need to talk about something called Yang Shin. The best way to think about it is, it's your personal optimization key. It's the one specific energy that your chart, your specific car needs more than anything else to find balance and just run at its best.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about balance. Think of it like climate. If your chart is naturally cold, say you were born in the middle of winter, then a Daewoon that brings warm summer energy is going to feel amazing. It's like the sun finally coming out. And of course, the opposite is true. If you have a really hot chart, a cool, watery Daewoon is exactly what you need to find some stability and relief.
Here's maybe the simplest metaphor of all to help guide you. Think of your Daewoon as a traffic light for all the big decisions in your life.
So when your Daewoon brings that key energy you need, your Yongshin, boom, that's a green light. It's your time to go for it. Be bold, take those risks, launch that project. For those 10 years, the universe is basically giving you a clear path.
But when your Daewoon brings an energy that clashes with your chart, that's your red light. This is so important, it's not a time to try and force things. Pushing ahead is just going to lead to frustration. The smart move here is to pause. Focus on maintenance, on learning, on building up your strength for when the light turns green again.
It really is like farming in winter. You would never try to plant new seeds in frozen ground, right? You'd be crazy to. You don't get mad at the seeds for not growing. You respect the season. You wait, you plan, you prepare everything for spring.
You see? This changes the whole game. It's not about being a passive victim of good luck or bad luck. It's about being an active, strategic driver of your own life. The point isn't whether your Daewoon is good or bad. The point is, how do you adapt your driving to the road you're on?
So that leaves us with the really big question, the one that matters most. What season is your life in right now? Are you in your spring, your summer, your autumn, or your winter? Because knowing that, well, that could change everything about how you plan for the road ahead.